What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Goddamn. This week we're covering episode 2. Let's get into it. So we pick up where we left off with Jamie getting to experience that old Game of Thrones pastime, getting freaked the fuck out by Bran.
I would still be Brandon Stark.
You're not?
No. I'm something else now.
Yeah, you know what, Bran? I can't argue with you there. You damn sure are something else. Also, he just loves to tell people this shit, don't he? Like, it feels like most of Bran's scenes are just him coming out of nowhere and just being like, I know you didn't particularly ask or even have the context to understand this, but I want you to know I'm not a man anymore. I'm an ancient source of knowledge and wisdom. Oh, that's nice. Do you know you're in the stables, my lord? Also, speaking of Bran, why does nobody ever ask this dude to elaborate on any of this crazy shit he says? He just says this wild, vague, cryptic shit out of nowhere and makes it sound all important, and all the other characters are always just like, okay, thanks for that, Bran. Thanks for that, Mr. Three Ravens. Look, he's been through a lot. He lived in a tree for a while. Yeah. Why does no one ever ask him to follow up on anything?
He'll come for me. He's tried before, many times, with many three-eyed ravens.
Why? What does he want?
Alright, finally. Thank you, Sam. Finally, somebody's gonna force Bran to make some sense.
He wants to erase this world, and I am its memory.
Oh, god damn it. Fuck, never mind. Also, side note, during this little scene where they're game planning for the Night King, you just know there was at least one dude somewhere in the back like, so are we really not gonna even bring up the zombie dragon that this dude's about to roll up here on? I mean, it just sort of feels like something we should maybe discuss. I'm sure you're right. I'm sure the dickless squid boy's got it under control. Speaking of game planning, I got a great feeling about these crypts everybody keeps talking about.
When time comes, you'll be down in the crypts. They're the safest place to be.
It's going to be safer down in the crypt, you know.
They'll be safe down in the crypt.
Now this I get. You know, you think about it, you got an undead army on the march. What better place to hide than an ancient, dimly lit set of subterranean catacombs filled with human remains and secret passageways? Bulletproof. And it's nice because it makes us, know that we don't have to worry about the more innocent characters in the show, like this little angel right here.
All right, I'll defend the crypt then.
Oh, she reminds him of Shireen. Davos is so sweet. He's like everybody's papaw, except not racist. But they're introducing this little girl at this late in the game. They got to have some reason for that. I bet it's so that when the war's over, Davos can adopt her and teach her to read in a lovely farmhouse somewhere. Yep, that's it. That's got to be it. That's got to be why they're doing it, for that reason, and not at all so it'll be more impactful when one or both of them dies horribly and probably on fire. Yep. There was a lot of foreshadowing of happier times to come in this episode. For example, Missandei and Grey Worm making these plans to retire to an island after one last big mission. When has that ever not worked out, And then there's this.
Arise, Brienne of Tarth, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
There's no way they're going to kill Brienne off now that they've set her up for a post-show career as a feminist warrior icon, After the show's over, she's going to be Westeros' version of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If instead of law school, RBG had went to murder college. I'm kidding, of course. This is Game of Thrones. I'm sure they're all going to fucking die. But, that Brienne scene was great regardless. She deserves it, And you know who else gets that? This guy. Oh, I'm Team Tormund all the way, for the record. I love Jaime, but when was the last time Jaime told a story about drinking a giant's titty milk and then chugged a whole horn of goat beer? I rest my case. But, honestly, I'll be surprised if she ends up with him. But, this show's surprised you before. For example, I did not see this coming.
I'm not the Red Woman. Take your own bloody pants off.
After this scene, I just couldn't help but think about, the writers of this show really early on, before the first season even started. And one of them was just talking about how great it's going to be. And he's like, oh, it's going to be awesome. See, we can have a lot of our principal characters in the show be children, so the audience can, watch them grow up and appreciate that, and it'll be great, Yeah. And then, later on, as those kids get older, we can murder their parents and make them fuck. Huh? I love this job. Anyway, this episode was great, but it did feel mostly like set up for crazier shit to come. For example, of course, how Danny's going to ultimately react to the truth bomb that John dropped on her.
Who's that?
We ain't got to watch the whole thing. Y'all already seen it, but I did want to say I like that scene. But I was thinking about like John and Sam discussing it in their earlier conversation in the episode. Okay, all right. So I'll tell her. I'll tell her tonight. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. When she comes finds you and asks you where I'm at, you tell her I'm brooding in the tombs. Okay, and then again, how often do you do that anyway? What? I don't. It's quiet down there. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, it's not the point. Look, when she comes and asks you where I'm at, you tell. How do you know she'll ask me where you are? Penis reasons. Anyway, so when she asks, tell her I'm in the tombs. And I'm sorry, why do you need to tell her this in the tombs specifically? Well, all right, well, so I'm planning on standing in front of Lyanna Stark's statue, right? Just brooding, really selling it. She comes down there, she sees the statue, she's like, oh, who is this? And then I'll be like, oh, well, it's kind of a funny story, actually, so see what happened. Well, it just feels like an organic jumping off point for this conversation, because I don't know really how to get into this otherwise, you know what I mean? Also, like I said, it's quiet down there. Just tell her to meet me at my mom's grave, Sam. Personally, I'm not certain that the eve of an undead apocalypse is the best time to tell your queen/lover that she's actually not the heir to the throne / is your aunt, but I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. And with that, I'll see y'all next week and we can discuss all the brutal deaths.